It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Here's your host, Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wake Up Weather. I am meteorologist Abby Dyer, and welcome to your Wednesday, potentially the hottest day of the year, or at least feeling like the hottest day of the year so far here in the Ozarks. Our high temperatures today will push 100 degrees. It is going to be a scorcher. We've got a heat advisory for you on this Wednesday. And with the heat in the headlines also comes the potential for many different rounds of showers and thunderstorms. So a lot to get to in this forecast, and we are going to dive right in for you early this morning. Of course, heat's going to take the headlines in the forecast today. That's really the focus of this forecast. We have a heat advisory in place. As I mentioned yesterday, try and limit your time outdoors if you can. The hours of 11 a.m. and 4 p.m., often the most brutal. Heat index values will be pushing 110. So dangerous heat across the Ozarks. I expect that we may see temperatures that are a bit warmer up in the central Missouri counties today. And that's because you folks are seeing really dry conditions, not enough rain there in the last few months. So starting to show up on the drought monitor there that you're seeing moderate to severe drought in some of those northern counties. The result today is going to be even warmer temperatures for you. Prepare for a heat index of 110 degrees. I also have storms in the forecast, and the first round of those may arrive for a select few of you early today. There is a complex of showers and thunderstorms that I've been watching overnight. It was all the way up in Nebraska, diving our direction. And with a warm front in the area, it's possible that we could see a little bit of isolated storm activity early today. That's primarily going to be up in central Missouri, however. I don't think the early storms are very widespread. A lot of the day, just hot and humid. The air is still too dry in some places to get some of that storm activity. Where I really think we need to focus on the potential for storms is going to be late tonight into the evening and overnight hours, and this will be for all of the Ozarks. A powerful storm complex is likely going to be moving through the area, with the main threats of severe weather being the high gusty winds over 60 miles an hour expected tonight in some places, as well as torrential downpours in some of the strongest thunderstorms. So that's the headline for you, likely going to arrive after dark tonight, an overnight event. And I think that may be the case with a lot of the rain chances that I have in this extended forecast, very late event. So that's the headline for you tonight. We could have some very strong to severe storms around later this evening into early Thursday morning. More unsettled weather is then in my forecast as we move through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You'll see all sorts of storm chances in the extended forecast. And I think this is going to amount to a whole lot of rain by the time the weekend is over. This is not to give you the impression that it's going to rain all day, everywhere. Not the nature of these storms. These are the ones that come through as they move through. The rain is torrential, but they come in waves. So in between storms, you see a lot of dry time, a lot of heat, a lot of humidity, and the afternoon temperature is not that impacted because many of them arrive after dark overnight. We're able to heat up, and then we see more storms arrive in the evening and overnight hours. But I do want to mention at least the risk for some flooding potential with many rounds of rain in the forecast. It could add up quickly. And I think a widespread region in the Ozarks now, all the way to Sunday, at least gets about 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. And there will be localized places that get much higher totals than that, depending on where those strong, really downpouring rains pick up. So that's a headline for you as well. We will likely have some flash flooding if these storms materialize. That's what I want you to be prepared for as we go through the rest of the week. Forecast today, hot, hot, hot. I have us just 1 degree shy of that century mark here in Springfield, 99 degrees for the high temperature forecast. Now, of course, if any of you do see some of that early rain materialize, it'll knock your temp down. So lucky you. However, I think most of us are going to be suffering through the brutal heat and the dry conditions through most of the day on Wednesday. And it's tonight that we see that better chance for storms. Now, again, with the storm chances on Thursday, we'll have to see how much cloud cover is lingering around early tomorrow. But I think Thursday is another hot one. High temperatures in the upper 90s there as well. Slightly cooler as we head into Friday and the weekend, but more potential for thunderstorms and strong thunderstorms are in the forecast again overnight Thursday night into Friday. And then I've still got unsettled weather through that entire weekend forecast. Really dry time not coming in the forecast until we get into the early part of next week. So, really an active couple of days are ahead for us. So we'll be tracking it all here. So, make sure you're prepared for the rains to come. All right, here is your wake up weather brain twister question. Now, I'm going to answer the one from yesterday. Many of you I saw commenting over on the Facebook feed, and a lot of you were right. Yesterday's question around how much does a single cumulus cloud weigh? The options were 0 pounds, 100 pounds, 1,000 pounds, or 1 million pounds. Well, if you were one of the many folks that guessed D, 1 million pounds, you are correct. Now, I said this is a typical fair weather cumulus cloud. You might be thinking, what in the world? How does it weigh 1 million pounds? Well, on average, it's actually 1.1 million pounds for an average typical standard cumulus cloud. And you're thinking, okay, how does that not just come crashing down to the ground if it weighs that much? Well, it's all in the atmospheric pressure. The air around the cloud actually weighs about 1,000 times more than that. So it's more dense. The air is more dense. So we see 1 million pounds floating around up in the sky in just one single cloud. Kind of mind blowing to think about that. If you'd like to see the full equation for this, I kind of got PTSD with this question back to atmospheric physics class, but email me, Abby at aroundtheozarks.com, and I can send you that if you are really interested in the math there. Also, mind blowing, the question for tomorrow: who is the only Top Gun actor who did not vomit while in the fighter jets filming the movie? Do you think it was A, Tom Cruise, B, Val Kilmer, or C, Anthony Edwards? Which one do you think has the strongest stomach? I'll have the answer for you tomorrow morning on Wake Up Weather. Again, no Googling, that takes all the fun out of it. But if you want to take a guess, you can head over to the Around the Ozarks Facebook page. Put your guess in the comments there, and I will have the answer for you early tomorrow morning. Everybody stay safe with the storms, and we will chat tomorrow.